Well, let me tell you something, brother.
Snort, snort, snort.
Kogan. Drip.
Snort, snort.
I got the drip. Go. Congratulations to all of you on getting those gifted memberships. This helps the channel a lot, so thank you very much to Hindenburger for helping. Now, I actually got a request, all right, to talk about something this morning. And I was on the fence about talking about it, but since this is happening right now, I feel like I should, okay? So, you may have noticed, right, in the last month, a significant dip in memberships on this channel. And this has happened for two very, very interesting reasons. Number one, because typically, we get some generous people who come to the channel and give memberships. And it's always someone different. It's not always the same person every month. Even though there are some recurring people who come back from month to month and will give memberships. It's not always the same people. I would argue there's like 10, 20 people who regularly will come by every once in a while and give some memberships to the channel. Last year, we had someone come by, if you remember, and they gifted hundreds of memberships to the channel. And we actually had a record high. I want to say we were at like 1,200, 1,300, 1,400 members at one point last year. Which is actually why we have so many emotes unlocked on the channel. Despite the fact that I don't have many members. It's because of that crazy spike that we had last year. We never lost the emote spots. Okay? Now, how do gifted memberships work? It's based on how often you actually watch this channel, and it's based on engagement. So if you watch a lot, if you talk a lot, you're going to have a much higher increased chance to get a gifted membership than, say, a newcomer. Do you see? But the more you hang out, and the more you watch, and the more you engage with chatting, and liking the videos, and liking the content, and stuff like that, YouTube has an algorithm that increases your chances of getting a gifted membership. So what you might notice is when we get these gifted memberships, a lot of the times they go to regulars. And you're like, oh, why does the regular always get it? That's exactly why. Okay? Now, you don't even have to be in the chat to get it. You could be a regular and not be here, and you're still apt to get that gifted membership over somebody else. So it definitely benefits you to be a regular, engaging and supporting person here in the chat. You know what I mean? But I will say this. What ends up happening is when you get people who are regular gifters, sadly, there's people who like the content, who watch it all the time, but they tend to say, oh, you know what? Well, I'm just going to wait because I feel like someone's just going to come and give memberships. And when they do, I'm just going to get one because I'm a regular, right? So what ends up happening is these people sit around waiting. And if we get an extended period of time where people don't come by and give memberships, the memberships dwindle to tons. All right? And that's exactly what's happened in this last month is my attendance and viewership and everything on my streams was great. Overall, if you take a look, everything's fine. You know, it's not like, oh my God, in the month of October, Phil had a giant fall off. That didn't happen. What ended up happening was the regulars are just kind of sitting here watching and just hoping for gifted memberships. And that's, I hate to say it, not a very good mindset to have because you have to understand something here. This is my hobby. It's what I absolutely love to do for a living. It's my lifelong passion is video games and hanging out and enjoying them and sharing my opinions on them. You know, this has been an awesome 15-year ride on YouTube, okay? But it's also my business. And I put out free content every single day for people. And you would think that if you're someone who's here all the time and you're watching the content all the time and you're enjoying it literally for free because it's free. There's no paywall here. None of this content requires you to pay for access. You see? Well, you would think that if you like that content and you want to see it continue, that you would consider becoming a channel member here on the channel, even though if it costs you a few bucks a month. It's not expensive. A membership is less than $4 a month. Did you know that? That's cheaper than Twitch. It's cheaper than the competitors. It's three something a month, like $3.99 or something like that. And the memberships are consistent support that help this channel. All right? And I feel what's happened is a lot of people just have become dependent. Oh, I'm just going to get a free one. That's an awful mentality to have. Because if we're all just sitting around for the same 10, 15 people to give memberships, You might just sit around for months. What if these people aren't available? What if they just don't want to contribute right now? And that's what's happened, is we went from a point where every month we had 5, 6, 7, 800 members, and now we're down to 400, barely maintaining 400, and everyone's just sitting around, oh, well, I know someone's going to come gift. No, you don't. No, you actually don't. And if you're here every day and you're enjoying the content, please support it. This is probably the cheapest way to support the content, and you get a bunch of stuff out of it. You get access to emotes. You get a chat crown badge to show how long you're supporting. You get to talk as much as you want in chat with absolutely no limitations whatsoever on how much you talk when there's a live stream. There's no slow mode or anything for you, right? You get priority for special events. Now, it sucks that the Halloween event didn't happen, but the adpocalypse is coming up. You get priority to get your ads watched during the adpocalypse. You're going to get priority during the Christmas event coming up. It makes sense. It's a few bucks, you know? So, if anything, of all the things you think that you go out of your way to support the channel, probably the best value for the buck is the membership. So then why would you sit around and say, I'm just going to wait for someone to gift memberships? It doesn't make sense. Because what happens is that hurts me. Like, look what happened in October. A lot of people were just sitting around waiting for the gifting that never happened. And a lot of people were expecting that it was going to happen during the Halloween event. There was no Halloween event because I was sick. So now it sets us back so far because people were just sitting around waiting. That's not the attitude to have. Again, especially because I know people are watching the content. It's not that, oh, well, it's just, you know, people are taking a break from the content. No, you guys are here. You guys are here enjoying and watching. But too many people are just sitting back now and saying, I'm just going to wait, give me the gift, give me the gift, give me the gift. It's not a very good attitude to have. All right, especially during this holiday season. Now's the time for giving, right? To give, not to receive. Now's the time that people should say, hey, I like Phil's content. You know, it's great. I want to support the community a lot. I want to be the gifter. Not the receiver, but the giver. That's this time of year, you know? Good time to think about it that way, okay? So, please consider it. And I'm going to be honest, I see people who come into the chat and literally say stuff, the first words out of their mouth is, hey, anyone gifting memberships today? Literally not a single person who ever attends one of my streams should say that in the chat. If you attend a stream and you're lucky and someone's being generous and someone's being nice to the community and they hand out memberships and you get one, you should be grateful. Wow, thank you so very much. You gave me a gift. That is so nice of you and I'm appreciative of it. No one should be coming into the chat asking for a gift. What? Huh? Is that really how it works? You walk in asking for gifts. No. If you're lucky enough to receive a gift, then you're grateful. You're not expectant of it or expecting it. That's ridiculous, right? So please don't act like that. I've seen people like that. It's like, wow, you want to talk about completely the opposite of the Christmas spirit? That's exactly what the opposite of the Christmas spirit. You know what I'm saying? So please don't do that. All right? And again, you know, if you're someone who watches the content all the time, now would be the time to say, hey, maybe I want to support it. I see that the gifted memberships aren't happening for whatever reason. Maybe the people who usually do them, they're not around on the regular. All right? Or they just can't do it right now. And that's fine. Because no one, you notice, if you haven't noticed, I'm not sitting here and calling out names and saying, you know, so-and-so who always gives memberships, I don't know where you are, come back and give memberships, what's wrong with you? Am I doing that? No. Because that's not how you behave. That's so ungrateful. That's so, you deserve the world. You don't deserve shit. And on this planet, right, you work your butt off, and sometimes you get rewarded for it, and sometimes you don't. Life's not fair, right? In general, I've been very lucky. In a 15-year run I've had on YouTube, most of the time people support me enough that I can make a good living, and I can continue to do what I love. My passion is my job. Do you know how rare that is? So how ungrateful would it be to sit here and start calling out names and demanding that these people who've gifted memberships come back and gift them? So if I'm not going to do that, why would you? Why would you come to the chat and start, oh, where's the gifters? Where's the gifters? How about where's the door and here's my foot on your ass as you leave it for the last time? Because that's the most ridiculous attitude to have, especially during this holiday season. All right? It's just it's unacceptable. Okay. So, please consider contributing and supporting the content if you like it. But please don't come in here with the expectation of anything. Right? I don't. It's great when I get support, but I don't expect it, nor can I demand it, right? That's the nature of the beast when it comes to content creation. So if I can't demand it, you can't either, right? But that's what's going on. Is, you know, if you haven't noticed, in the last month, a lot of the gifters, the people who come by and regularly gift the memberships, have not been around or can't gift right now, and that's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that. We gotta hope in the expectation that things will turn around and will get better as we get closer, especially to the holidays and all these, you know, different games that we'll be playing and all of that. But I do see this bad attitude that's kind of being passed around, and it's disturbing. It is. It's disturbing to see people acting like that. No one should be acting like that. And again, if you're a regular and someone who watches this content on a daily basis and you're not getting a gifted membership, if you're thinking about getting it yourself, it's a few bucks. You know? It's just a few dollars and you get good benefits out of it, and it supports this channel, and you don't have to sit here wondering when people will gift again, right? So there you go. All right. Let's continue. It looks like, so by the way, Hindenburger, thank you for the 10 gifted memberships. That helps the channel a lot, and I really appreciate that. Okay?
I got the drip going. 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 It's like a faucet that's dripping. You can't make it stop. So what do you want me to do? Have a mute button that every second I'm tapping the mute button just in case I'm gonna have to clear? Like, this is what I mean, these dumb kids. This is what it is. It's dumb kids.